Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio, this week's Thot Flash. We are sitting here with the famous, the infamous, high energy, just spoke at Cal Jam. She had the honor to speak here at Focus, Sharon Gorman. Sharon, what I wanted to, hello.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you a couple things. You started, I just want to talk to you a little bit about Focus, or you're going to basically tell me a little bit about it. When did Focus start? What kind of got you going on it? How long have you been doing it? Where do you guys meet? Kind of tell me how you started and go from there.
Well, I started doing it in 1990 here in the Poconos, mostly because I wanted philosophy where I was, where I am. And I had 4 offices at the time. I had about a half a dozen associates, and I was trying to bring chiropractic to us. And we did it as a weekend format, then we switched for a while to a Saturday night, monthly format. Now we do it twice a month here in the Pennsylvania, in the Poconos, and we do it twice a year in Atlanta, near the school, near Life University.
We're at where are we? We're at the Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge in Scott Run, PA, right off Route 80, right in the Poconos, about an hour and 15 minutes from Manhattan.
Yeah, it was 2.5 hours for me to get here. What I loved about this was that it was, I brought my boys down, and it's got a huge water park, so that's a huge advantage, obviously. You have to bring your kids, make involved mom and dad, and so forth. So that was huge.
The kids love it. The kids love it, and they're in and out, and they're in the pool and all. But then they come in here, and they're laying around in the back of the room, and they're hearing the philosophy, and they're growing up with other chiropractic kids, growing up with other kids that aren't getting vaccinated, that don't think of taking a pill for every ill, and to them, this is the norm. There's strength in numbers, and you are their family. Our kids grow up together, they are family. And my kids now are teenagers, they're starting to go to chiropractic school, and they're going to chiropractic school with kids that they used to crawl around on the floor in places like Focus.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is something you put on 4 times a year.
Yes.
And you bring in speakers, and then they share just the tick. They talk chiropractic, they talk philosophy. We started at 3, finished a little after 10. And then where do you go with that? What's your vision with this? Because you kind of shared that a little bit today. You started with a smaller group, and your goal was to...
Well, I mean, vision is always expanding, but really the template of this group, a lot of groups have spawned off it, and my hope is that more groups spawn off it, is to keep it real simple. Like, I don't even have pre-registration, I'm not looking to make money from this, in a group. So I intentionally made it very simple, so the chiropractors that are sitting here say, hey, you know what, I can go do this in my town. We need something like this in my state. And that is my goal, to have more groups all over the place, so that people can get together and talk the tech.
And your thinking is that one of the needs was there's not enough philosophy in the profession?
Oh, absolutely. And I believe that chiropractic philosophy and the strength comes from going to groups like this. That we get together, and I'm different than when I showed up here at 3 o'clock, I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back, and my practice is going to grow because I was here. Not only that, but I'm going to meet other chiropractors in my town and the next town over that I can go to lunch with, that I can build a relationship with, that I can grow and find like-minded people that can be in my daily life from coming to something like this.
Yeah, we were down in Georgia, that was great. Sharon's husband was there, put together a huge meal for everybody. It was unbelievable. My kids were there, we had a great time. We had well over 100 people at that one. That was
a lot of students. We get a lot of students down there, but that's the time to get them. That's the time. I think it's so important for the students to have time with the doctors and to mentor each other, because when I hang out with students, I get a perspective that I forgot.
Right.
Because I'm in practice so long.
Right.
They kind of see things green. They see things new. It's new to them. They get from my experience, and I get from theirs. And one of the messages that came through over and over again is that it's simple to be successful. You just have to have a clear vision. You have to be willing to go and put some elbow grease. I think students feel like it's something outside of them, or something that they have to go pursue.
Right. Right. Well, what did BJ say? Early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. And that's awesome. You're also on the board of Life University.
I am.
So talk a little bit about that. How long have you been on the board?
I've been on the board almost 10 years.
Wow.
I came on the board shortly after Dr. Sid left, and that was a real challenging time in life.
Sure.
So I've learned a lot, and I never really thought of myself as a politician whatsoever.
Right.
I don't know that I am yet. I always thought that my contribution was to get chiropractors together in groups like this. But there's a point where you just do what you have to do.
Right.
And getting involved with the runnings of Life University is my way to contribute.
Right.
It's a way of giving back. One of the things I talked about before was about doing orientations, doing patients orientations, and that's my way of giving people the opportunity to choose chiropractic care. I feel the next level for a chiropractor, a successful chiropractor to give back is to do it in a group like this.
Right.
Because then you're spreading chiropractic to the chiropractors.
Right, exactly.
And it's just moving up in our sense of responsibility. Being on the board of Life, I've made a huge contribution.
At the ball.
But that huge contribution that I make sometimes isn't comfortable. I've had to actually grow in order to do the things that I've had to do to serve Life University. But it's all been worth it, and if we don't do it,
right.
Somebody's going to do it.
Right.
And they might not do it the way we want to do it.
Absolutely. You got to transfer the conviction, but what are we transferring? And if it's not principled, then it gets distorted, and then the profession gets lost.
And also, you can't keep anything you don't give away.
100%. 100%. You had some other dates. You want to talk about some other dates you got?
I do. We're good. The next focus is in Georgia. It's on May 5th. And then we come back to Pennsylvania September 8th, and in Georgia it's December 1st. We have some phenomenal speakers. Billy DeMoss just told me he's coming in December. He hasn't been to Atlanta in a long time. I'm looking forward to the students hearing Billy DeMoss. I got you coming back to Georgia at some point. We have an incredible lineup. We're on Facebook. That's the best place to find me. You can friend me, Sharon Gorman. We're Focus Chiropractic. We have a group, and everything goes out on Facebook.
Awesome. Any last thoughts? Any last words you want to throw out to the students? I mean, it's going to go out to 18,000 chiropractors.
Well, this is the time, and what I'm seeing, I always thought, I grew up in DE. I spoke in DE from 86 to 2002. And I was a good student, and I listened and I learned, and I'm very thankful for what I learned. But I always was waiting for somebody to tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, it's your turn, step up." And And what I've learned, and being on the other side of it, is that when people are ready to step up, they step up.
Right.
They're almost self-appointed.
Yeah,
They're self-anointed.
Yeah.
And when they're ready to take on more. It's like in the morning when I say my prayer in the morning, I say, God, send me all the people I can help. I know everybody in the world needs help, chiropractically, but send me to my capacity who I can help. As far as under my hands, but as far as what I can do for chiropractic, as I grow and develop and push myself, I can serve more, and I can do more, and I can give more, and I can love more, and that's natural growth. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored.
Right.
If I do the same thing over and over again, I'm going to get bored. I need a new challenge, and right now we're at a pivotal time. I didn't think that in my lifetime we would actually get to the day where we are the ones that are going to choose whether chiropractic lives or dies. This is, we get together in these philosophy groups, and our practices grow because of it. But I'm on to bigger things. I'm on to changing the world, and I'm on to making sure that our schools and our accrediting agency and the people that represent us represent TIC, represent the philosophy. We cannot watch as victims to what's going on and not choose to take action. It's not an option.
100%.
So that's why I've gotten involved in politics, and that's why I'm on the road speaking. I'm sure you are too, because we need to develop ourselves and develop others to take the roles and positions that they need to take.
100%. Do you love her? Do you love Sharon? Awesome. It's such an honor to be here. It's such an honor to be your friend, and I'm so glad I glommed onto you, because I'm not glom onto you now forever. You know that. And guys, let's Well, that's right. Listen, guys, we're going to have an event on May 4th and 5th in Philadelphia with Dr. Chris Kent. Love to see you at one of the chiropractic events. In the meantime, may urinate always flow from above down. Enjoy those you serve. I love you for loving what I love, man. Have a great week.
Best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day